When the foundation of a game is competitive, but competitive doesn't feel competitive, something wrong. Now I've stopped playing Valorant as much as I did around 6 months ago and have been enjoying other games I've never tried, and even started playing a neglected game called Team Fortress 2, if you ever heard of it. There are multiple problems that plague the game that stop me at any moment if I'm wrong, or what you can't, that are Smurf/alts, people not trying in ranked, report systems seeming too lenient at times, and even now crypto betting/win trading. For a while now, I always thought Smurfs were terrible for lower elo only, but now I realize these alts are terrible for everyone, regardless of elo. Let me explain. John plays on his main, right? Gets a bad game, whether it's people being toxic, people trolling, not calming, or maybe John just simply sucks. He decides, fuck this, I'm gonna make an alt. Now when John plays, he doesn't feel that pressure of winning or losing because, just an alt, this isn't my main. And even names himself, I Smurf your peak, because he's like that. Because he's got that dog in him, obviously. John gets on, Smurfs back to his rank, maybe slightly below or above, doesn't calm, talks more shit than usual, plays with zero audio, forfeit whenever one round is lost, because it's just an alt. Who cares? Because of John's actions, Sarah in his game decides to make or hop on their alt and play, and the cycle continues. This has led players to taking the game less seriously, explaining it's just ranked, even though they get first rounded in tourneys. This leads to players who are trying to improve start taking ranked less seriously because that's simply the culture. It's not cool to try. Now you can see the problem where alt/Smurf accounts can snowball and become a problem for everyone, regardless of elo. I cannot speak for everyone and their experiences, but outside of the auto bans from what people say in text chat, when it comes to a case-by-case basis, it seems almost like players just aren't getting penalized for flat out throwing, being extremely toxic, or straight up just stream sniping and admitting it. If I'm right, it's a bit simple really. Ban more people, make less money. This is a live service free game. We can't just ban everyone. They need their fourth chance, and maybe by that time they'll buy a bundle or two. Now let me just say, smurfing is a problem, yes, but the bigger problem is the leniency to alt accounts and punishments. Like a substitute teacher asking your name to write down when you get in trouble and you say some made up name like Bartholomew Adams, and the teacher writes it down, and they actually find a Bartholomew Adams in the school and he gets suspended and not you. But Riot says not to smurf. They damn policy, but they don't give a fuck. Let's be real. A lot of their fixes are just trying to come up with better alternatives like 5 stacking for all ranks rather than punishment. And just a big reach, but maybe they don't want to lose money. Or it's just a Mr. Beast social experiment. And honestly, it's not the worst approach. I just don't like the leniency that is followed. So I say, if that's the approach being taken, don't just crack down on accounts already made, but crack down on alts made in the future. This next one is more prevalent recently, where it has been seen in both Counter-Strike and League, but there are players who bet on, mostly streamers and pros, games in order to make money. Weird on its own until you factor in that there are dudes who bet then stream snipe in order to throw that game and make their money. And if you want to learn more about this, I highly recommend to go watch T-Dog's video. I'll link him in the description. Tell him I sent you or something. Now, there's degenerates who buy accounts or pay to get boosted, but now there's a new method. Tap in, join the Telegram. It's just abusing the 5-stack system. That's all. People either queue with low MMR to manipulate the other team's ranks, or even queue against the same players to win trade by just having that player throw, or even both.
Here's Bear again, right? Here's Bear again getting boosted on his main account. Who's with him? Bioluminescence, another person we talked about. Who's on the enemy team? There he is. Dash hashtag Nathan. There he is, going 0-4, probably screaming horrible things into the mic. He gets his team to FF.
Okay, what's next? Crypto match fixing. Now, match fixing in itself, when money is involved, is pretty damn illegal. And I don't know how loopholey and finicky it gets on the crypto side of things, but if one currency is illegal, it should probably be illegal for another one. Now, I understand it's harder to trace that to someone because of how anonymous using crypto is, but that doesn't mean it's legal. Okay, Hammy, big guy, dude who never posts, how do we fix this? I knew you would ask, so I cooked some up if you would lend me your ear. Well, for smurfing/alts, actually starting to ban these accounts is a good start, specifically if these accounts keep having restrictions put on them. And I know this one's a little controversial, but having your account tied to a phone number for any new ones while at the same time giving harsher punishments, even if it means hardware banning, you got a good recipe. In the middle of me editing, I find this video by Judge Creed.
Your parents don't love you or what?
You're right.
Okay, that's cool, but like your parents don't love you or something? What's happening?
And you're right.
Oh yeah, I've answered your question. So you're brain damaged as well or what?
Yeah.
Yo, is this your main account?
No, I have like 6 accounts, all banned because I'm racist.
That's the point I was trying to make. People can just get away with things if they just keep making new accounts. And Riot doesn't give a fuck Match fixing resolution? Jail. If it were to be proven or there's reasonable amounts of suspicion, the authorities should be involved. You're gambling, so you deserve to lose money, but match fixing is just straight up scamming everyone involved. Crypto betting in itself is already starting to get cracked down on, so it's like illegal squared. 5-stack abuse? Punish them in some way. Should be pretty easy on that front. Just look at their match history. What's crazy is that these dudes get to a high rank by abusing 5-stacks or boosting, then they start to match fix against top players once they're high enough. That includes stream sniping. So it's just like, bro, that's some conniving shit. Now let's talk about the positive things. We have a new episode coming out, new map, Split is back with some new changes, Bayern and Breeze are gone. Yippee! And the potential of a new premiere mode is coming out. Pretty promising stuff. And whether changes are made or not, one thing I am really hopeful for is premiere mode. Now I do not know how official this mode will be, whether it'll be like actual tournaments the way Fortnite does it, or if it will directly tie with VCT sometime in the near future, or if it's just an extra fun side mode with friends like clashes in League. But I will say regardless, it sounds like a nice middle ground between ranked and actual competitive tournaments. I hope premiere mode holds up some type of prestige so players actually want to play it, like having some type of incentive like Face It does in CSGO, or even Champions Queue that League does, where top players compete for money. Now this has been tried before in Valorant by, third-party means with a quote high tier 10-man's experience, but has failed due to management and players just not taking it seriously. And if a new ranked mode is introduced, that goes against Riot's policy, so that won't work. Yesterday Tarek even mentions this on stream.
Basically my plan is to try to get all the franchise teams, all the franchise players, and then also all the tier 1 players, like all the TSMs, guards, all those guys, etc., etc. It's not going to be called the Pro Hub. I already because it's Pornhub. Yeah, whatever. All the pros, and then have a very strict criteria of how you can get in and how you can apply to get in.
Now I know you. Right now, the viewer would never do some scummy stuff like this. My viewers could never do anything wrong. You are perfect, and I'm not attacking people with alts if it's to play with friends and you're not actively ruining other people's games. But let's be real, there are people out there who ruin it for others, and most likely even ruin games for you. Before I end this video, I want to leave your pulchritudinous ass with some very knowledgeable knowledge. You think someone is cheating? Someone being mad toxic towards you or someone else? Someone ever so slightly just makes you mad and you don't know why? Report them. Like seriously, Vanguard doesn't even check someone's computer for literal hacking unless reported. And I always say, let Riot decide. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I love you. Goodbye.